Hello, everybody. This is Stephen Tyrone Comfort reporting to you for another live broadcast. This is my broadcast number 435th live broadcast, just 435. And folks, I call this somewhat a kind of a little special broadcast than others uh, because I'm going to give a little training of something that I believe in that I came across. And I think we are all going to be guilty of saying these things. Okay. But I'm going to get to that in just a moment. Okay. I'll get to you in just a moment. I want to first thank my loved one, Merlene, for being here. Sweetheart, it's so good to see you here. And I don't know if you, let me see here. Um, I know that if you're not in chat, you should, I'm sure you're watching, but I want to say that thank you so much for watching. And then if Kayla and Caitlin is watching with some other family members or friends down in Florida, then that's also a great thing. Okay. Thank you so much. Now, um, thank you so much to TBC Bangladesh community for coming in. I see you in the chat. And that, we will see more people coming in later. And folks, look for this probably to be in the blog in the blog post, because I'm sure admin probably, when admin see this, admin probably going to agree with some of the things that I'm saying today. Because see, folks, I've been in the network marketing and online business for almost 19 years, so I got some things that could help you. And it's just something I saw on YouTube that really helped. That I really believe in, because it's about what we say to people to get people involved in saying communication got to be on cue. Okay, now, folks, let me go right now to our blog just to get that out of the way very quickly. Okay. Okay, we had a great broadcasters meeting today. Very lot of positive. Admin has offered us to give us one-on-one training, along with through Mbay Derek, because he's been training Mbay Derek. Okay, and I want to. I hope Mbay see this, and I'm sure he'll agree to me to this little training I'm going to give today. Okay, now the first one was involving our Sinbuk meeting. We had 3 winners today. Congratulations to Mr. Ace Fletcher out of the Philippines, Mr. Victor out of Nigeria. That's Ace. Mr. Victor, I believe, a Nigerian. I believe he's this third one here. He's also from Nigeria too, I believe, or possibly Ghana. I'm not sure, but he's from Africa. Okay. No. He's from the Ivory Coast. I take that back. The Ivory Coast. Okay, which is also in Africa. All right. And it just get if you went to the cinema meeting, y'all saw all these things. You surely can go read these. I'm not gonna go through this all again because it was done in the cinema meeting, but it is something that was some announcements right down the bottom of some great information that we actually going to talk about just really shortly here. Okay. And it reads as such. I'm gonna go over it. By popular demand, a bulk payment system will be launched this week to purchase multiple admin fee credits, which can be used to pay the admin fee without an expiration date. Isn't that great? Okay. Now you will have even more ways to complete a payment to admin. See, because you know the only way existing members that's on this, this $10 a year thing, or if you're in the Bitcoin or the new Bitcoin contest, you have to be paying 8 grains of gold each month, which is about $22 a month. Okay, but it says here, 3 cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin bounties, and soon credits with the bulk payment system. 1 credit will always be worth exactly 8 grains, okay? Once your purchase is complete, the credits you purchase will always be worth 8 grains each and do not have the expiration date. You will also be able to trade these credits with any other TBC member in the world. Great news. Trade them for PayPal, cash, or whatever you want. You can purchase credits from admin, but admin only accepts Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin balance for payment. Okay? All right. Since original payment is done in one way or the other through a cryptocurrency, admin suggests changing 10 grains for them when you trade. If you are a larger supply of credits, and 9 grains if you are just a small local cash center, to compensate for the price volatility of cryptocurrency and the mining fees paid to acquire them from admin. So trading should be profitable for those that take advantage of the bulk payment system. If you only charge 8 grains in a trade, then you could be at a loss. So do charge either 8 or 10 grains for them. And I understand why admin is doing that, because you got to understand mining fees, which are sometimes called processing fees. It costs fees to make a transaction with cryptocurrency from one place to another, wallet to another wallet, or whatever you're purchasing. That's not free for that transaction. Even PayPal is not free. Okay? So, great idea. This is great news. This is another solution admin has come up with to help those that have a difficult time getting cryptocurrencies in their country, such as Bitcoin, in order to pay their admin fee. Now listen closely. Large suppliers can support small local cash centers profitably if you follow this guideline. We have done some testing of this system with one of the send button hosts, and it helped a lot. A credit is on our internal system and doesn't take anything at all to be confirmed, like what you see with cryptocurrencies. Payments using credits will show up immediately when you use them to pay the admin fee. Credits are created on demand as they are purchased from admin and burned. It says never to be used again when they get used to complete the payment of the admin fee. Okay, it says here, Bitcoin bounties are acquired each time a single credit get used to, hold on a minute, folks. Let me just do something here a minute. Okay, all right. Okay, let me see. Let me go back here again. I'm sorry, I had to do something here a minute. Let's go right here. Bitcoin bounties are acquired each time a single credit is used to pay the admin fee. So a bulk purchase from admin or from any other member you may purchase these credits from does not generate Bitcoin bounties. And that's in bold. In other words, you can't buy Bitcoin bounties by purchasing credits. Credits are burned when they are used. Okay? That means when the credits are used, that's it. Okay? And it says credits are burned when they're used, and that action would add a Bitcoin bounty to your account. I hope you will all enjoy the bulk payment system and that this information is clear. You heard it first here on the Send Button Meetings. And this is another example of why attendance to Cinema meetings is so important to stay up to date with TBC. Admin, I couldn't agree more. This is the second time I've heard it. I was just going to read this section for you in my broadcast, okay? Let you know that a book, your admin fee will be available, okay? All right. If people don't understand this, please go over it a few times so you'll get it, okay? All right. Because I'm going to do the same thing. All right. I pretty much got it, but I'm going to go over it again. But I want to get right now, let me see. Let me go through this real fast because I got something I want to talk to y'all about. Congratulations to Christina for her broadcast yesterday. It says you have come to the right place if you want to improve your lifestyle here in TBC. She said some very positive things about TBC. She walked you through the criminal cashback office very thoroughly. She did a wonderful job in this broadcast. I actually saw it myself when she did it. All right, let's see here. This one is mine. It says I went over what I sent you. Went over in depth actually a blog post that admin put in there yesterday. I went through it thoroughly, okay? And I used that during my 434th broadcast yesterday. Okay. All right. Okay, that's it for now. All right, folks. I'm going to come out this, and I want y'all to make sure you may want to have a pen and paper when you actually hear what I'm about to say, okay? Because I'm going to help you through something, through something that we all have made these mistakes and have said these things, okay? All right. All right, let me come out of this screen share. All right, folks. These are 4 things that you really should not say when you're recruiting or bringing somebody, into TBC for the first time. If you have talked to someone about the Billion Coin, these kinds of things. And there are sentences or phrases that we all have probably used at some point in time. Okay, I know I have in the past, but when I learned this, I said, wow, that could be one of the reasons that's turning some people off. So let's start with number 1, okay? When you start talking to someone, you really just got the urge to tell somebody about TBC. This is the one thing, the phrase you shouldn't use. I'm sorry to bother you. Again, I'm sorry to bother you. Don't say that. Don't say that. You're not sorry you bothered the person you meant to talk to them about the Billion Coin. You have something that's great, that you really want to help them. You want to change someone's life. So don't say, I'm sorry to bother you. It's all about how your approach and what you should say to that person. Because when you say, I'm sorry to bother you, then you just put them up here and you're right here. When y'all both supposed to be on an equal level. Because see, here in the Billion Coin, there's an equal playing field for us all. And you all know that. We got the same tools. We got the same meetings to go to. We got the same everything. If someone's adding something that can help them, like the brochures that MBA is using and ACE and a few others using, wonderful. Those things do work because people want to see something of work, see something, be able to read it. Okay, so people don't say, I'm sorry to bother you when you get ready to start talking to someone about an opportunity like the Billion Coin. Just talk to them natural. Just be honest with them. But don't say, no, better yet, forget that word I say honest, because that's probably one of the things I want to talk to you about, okay? I'm going to retract that. Just don't say, I'm sorry, I'm sorry to bother you. I know you probably say, well, why would you not say that? Because you're elevating people right then, which you really don't want to do just yet. Just be on the same playing field with them about what you're going to introduce them to. Okay. Number two, and this one is always key. Now, I know you want to follow up on a person, but you don't say this. I'm just following up on with you. Don't say that. Don't say that. But you might want to say, guess what? You know, um, I thought I'll give you a call, just to see, if what you thought about what we talked about the other day. And it was just, it's some, you got any questions you may have some questions. I thought I'd call you to see if you had any questions about anything. Okay. And you should do that in a 24 or 48-hour window. When you get out to 72 hours or more, then sometimes people may have just forgot all about what we talked about three days ago. You see? Don't go over 2 days of getting back with the person. Just don't say it to them. I'm just following up with you. Just don't say those words to them. Okay? Trust me, you probably say, how did Steve come up with these things? How did he know these things? I'm telling you, it has worked for so many people. Finding different techniques on how to approach people on online businesses. This is what some things I've come up with just recently. Number three, to be honest with you, no, don't say that. Don't say to be honest with you. Because once you honest all along, you see my point? Once you honest all along, don't say to be honest with you. Okay? Because you have something of value here in TBC. You're right? You have something of value. And folks, when you say that, the other person may feel like you had not been honest with them before. They may say it in my mind. The first thing may come to their mind when you say that. When you say, to be honest with you, they probably say, they may not say it out their mouth, but they may thinking, or they may say to you, weren't you honest with me before we talked the other day? You see my point? You see my point, folks? Be true and honest to everyone you talk about in the Billion Coin. Just watch the phrases that you say, because it could be slowing you up and getting that person involved. That person may not come over the fence because you're using some of these phrases. And these are phrases that a lot of us have used. And another one could be, are you ready to buy some TBC? Don't say that. Don't say that. Would you like to ask them a question? If you had something of some worth that could help so many people that's in poverty, that just don't have food and drinking and whatever, you say those kinds of things to people, most people want to help people. Now, not everybody, but somewhat, most people will say, yes, I wish I could do something to help people. Well, would you like to be a part of something and own some abundance-based cryptocurrency like TBC that only goes up in value? They said, really? Really? So this coin only goes up in value? Because I heard it, and they may know something about cryptocurrency like Bitcoin and things like that. I've heard, but Bitcoin goes up and down. But you could just say those are called market-based cryptocurrencies. There's only one, to my knowledge, is called the Billion Coin. We refer to as TBC. So would you like to and I can show you exactly how it's done, how we can make this trade from this peer-to-peer transaction. You just show them. Oh, sure. Can you tell me how it's done? We're creating, and be honest, we're creating, and some people may not understand when you say we're creating millionaires and billionaires. So how is that possible? You don't have to get into that part, okay? But you can explain it to them what you mean by that, okay? People are not, remember, people are not buying into your program. what it is. They buying is it because of you. You see, if people trust, know, and like you, they're more apt to getting involved. And see, a person like me that has done a lot of broadcasts, what I could use that alone and say, you may want to subscribe to my YouTube channel and watch some of my videos. I've talked about many different subject matters. I've talked about mindset. I've talked about our blog, our main source, and then by the way, you can tell them, you know, speaking of this, so you want to say, are you ready to buy some crypto, some TBC? Which you could say that, we got this great thing, this new great thing called the Bitcoin bounty, where people are earning passive residual income. You know that thing when you do once and you get paid over and over again? You see, it's all about what you say to people. So I'm going to go over these 4 things again. You won't say, I'm sorry I'm bothering you. You won't say, I'm just following up. You don't say, to be honest with you. And you won't say, are you ready to buy? You see? It's certain things you just don't say, and when you're trying to recruit somebody or get someone into a program like the Billion Coin. Be careful the things you say to people is what I'm saying to you. Because those things could get you, could really, between you and a prospective member that's getting into our organization called TBC. You see? It's all about what you say to people. Okay? I'm going to say this I'm going to go through it one more time. Don't use this phrase, I'm sorry to bother you. Come on, you wouldn't be talking to them if you didn't want to bother them. But you're not bothering them. You're introducing them to something that can help them and their families. Okay? 2, don't say I'm following up. You just call within the 24 to 48 hours, call them back if they don't call you, and just say, hello, Johnny. You know one thing, when we met in the store the other day, just let you know we got some great things coming up with our program. You may want to, if you got any, I thought I'd call you to see if you had any questions. But just don't say, I'm following up. Because then people may think you are bothering them. You see? And don't say, to be honest with you, because the person you put the person in the position to think or say, well, you really wasn't honest with me the first time we talked. You see what I'm saying, folks? Just always be true to the person that you're speaking to with, and when you bring it up, when you're trying to get them into our organization. Okay? And fourth one is, are you ready to buy some TBC? You're not pushing people into doing something. Sometimes people got to be comfortable in what they're about to do or partake in. Okay? You could approach them like, you know what, then we got a new incentive called the Bitcoin Bounty Contest. And people are earning all hundreds and thousands of income in Bitcoin. They're earning passive residual income. You could just really talk about that one. Because people want something that they can do once and get paid over and over again. You see my point? All right. So, folks, that was my little small training that I want to give you today, folks. And I've done some research on this, folks. This is just not coming from me, because I used to make these same mistakes. I know. See, you want to follow up with a person, but you just don't say that. I'm just following up. You just don't say those kind of things. So there were 4 things that I came across of sentences or phrases that you should not use in possible recruiting person to an online business or here in the Billion Coin. And You know, some people may disagree with me, but I'm telling you, I've done my research. And the research told me why people don't succumb to your offer when you use these type of phrases. So, folks, that's my broadcast today. Folks, I'd like to thank you all for being here. It was just a little training I came up with that I thought could help some people out there. And I'm sure we'll be on the blog soon. And these are just 4 things that I came up with. And so I ask you to watch this, to like this video I'm doing today, and possibly share it to someone that may be struggling out there, getting people into the billion coin, because it could be very well the things that we're saying. See, I'm studying this myself because I find sometimes I have trouble getting people into the billion coin. You know, see, people want money right now. Well, guess what? A fast way of getting money into Bitcoin is what? First signing up for it, and then automatically show them how they can earn passive residual income as being our 4th campaign. You see? All right, folks, thank you all for being here today. I'll be back tomorrow for another live broadcast at around the same time. And let's get it, folks. Let's build our community, okay? Y'all have a great one, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.